Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
I'm Antony.
Today is the first day of a 2-day lesson in our technology section of your magazine, where the rubber meets the notes. So you have a lot to learn with us in the next 2 days.
没错，我们今天呢，在科技新知这个单元里面，我们要看的东西很有趣哦。你看，光看这个英文的话，你会看到 Where the rubber meets the notes. The rubber 怎么回事呢？你看一下这个中文的话，你就比较清楚了。音乐之路，轮胎与地面交织出的美妙乐章。所以这边的 the rubber 指的就是 the tires， 好，就是我们这个车子在行驶的时候，它居然在行驶在地面上的时候，居然会有机会播放出音乐哦。到底是怎么回事呢？我们赶快来看看今天的内容吧。
Where the rubber meets the notes.Almost everyone loves to listen to music while driving down long stretches of roads. But what if the road itself provided the tunes? Thanks to the world's musical roads, drivers can now enjoy music while taking road trips, even without the radio on. How does a musical road actually work?It has to do with the vibrations created when a vehicle's tires pass over grooves that are cut into the surface of the road. The closer together the grooves are, the higher the pitch. On the other hand, grooves that are farther apart will create lower notes. The first musical road was created in Geeling, Denmark in 1995.The tune played was a simple group of notes in the key of F major. To produce the desired effect, drivers must pass over the grooves at a certain speed. This is similar to the concept of vinyl records, which have to spin 45 or 33 times per minute. Signs often tell drivers the desired speed, and motorists must also make sure they hit the grooves head
on.Okay, let's get started on our first day's lesson. Almost everyone loves to listen to music while driving down long stretches of roads. In a car, there's not much to do except look, hopefully. You're looking at the road whenever you're driving. So having other people in the car to talk with or having music playing keeps your attention, keeps you more awake. It's a safer way.And a more pleasant way to drive.
没错，我们来看第一段的第一句话哦。他说 Almost everyone loves to listen to music while driving down long stretches of roads. 好，在这边的话，老师刚刚也特别提到，如果说今天尤其在美国啊，这种比较路很大很宽，旁边的景色都一样的时候，你一边在开，如果没有人跟你在旁边说话聊天，或是你没有在听音乐的话，你开着开着就会睡着了，一定是这样的。所以他们在开这种长长的公路的时候，他们通常都会听一些音乐嘛。所以说 ，almost everyone loves to listen to music。好，边听音乐 while driving down long stretches of roads。这个 stretches 感觉上有的是无尽延伸的感觉，那个路啊很长，然后在开着漫漫长路，在公路上面的时候，你往往会喜欢听着音乐边开车。
Another word for stretch would be length, which is the noun of long. Length is L-E-N-G-T-H. L-E-N-G-T-H is length. So it's, as he said, this stretch is not like this. It's a long road. And if you have the chance to drive a car in the central United States or western United States, the roads...For an hour, you can drive in a straight line. It won't even turn once.
没错，所以这个 stretch 或是 stretches of 后面还有机会接到非常非常多，像是 desert 好，就是那个沙漠啦 ，water 好，延伸无穷无尽的那个水啊，让你感觉上有一种很空旷，可以看很远的感觉。你可以用 stretches of roads, desert or water 这种字的话放在后面，常常会看到。
But.What if the road itself provided the tunes? Huh? Usually we have a radio or some other, what do you call them? The cell phone or
yes.
these sorts of things that play music for you, and you may have earphones so that only you can hear the music. But the road itself provided the tunes. So somehow the road plays music? What?
所以这句话很好玩哦。But what if 这个 what if 后面它会用这个 what if 什么 the roads itself provided the tunes. The tunes 指的就是这个音乐，这个路本身就会提供音乐。你可以想象它是一个假设的情况，所以它这边的话使用 provided， 用过去式来表达与现在式相反的一种可能性。好，所以在这里这句话说，要是 But what if the road itself provided the tunes？ 要是这个路本身就能提供音乐，那不是很酷吗？然后后面呢，他就告诉你喽。
Thanks to the world's musical roads, drivers can now enjoy music while taking road trips, even without the radio on. Well, when I read that, I said, oh, yeah, sure. But we'll find out that it's true in a moment. But looking more carefully at this sentence, the world's musical roads, that means it's not only the United States. There are several countries which have this technology. Remember, we're in the technology section of your magazine. So drivers can now, for the first time, listen to music without having to play the radio or your Bluetooth. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Or Bluetooth or headphones for tape recorder.
OK， 所以在这里的话呢，还告诉你说，因为呢 Thanks to 这个地方是拜了什么什么之赐，或者是因为什么什么东西，后面它接的是 the world's musical roads。好，在世界各地这种音乐之路 ，drivers can now enjoy music while taking road trips。好，当你在开着公路的时候，你可以欣赏音乐。Even without the radio on， 甚至不开收音机都可以听音乐哦。所以当老师在听到看到这句话的时候，他说最好是啦那种感觉，对不对？但是他后面你会看到说，他这个技术是怎么做到的？我们稍微休息一下，马上就会看看后面的内容。
Okay, you're probably asking yourself the same thing I asked myself when I read the first paragraph. Huh? Well, now we find out the answer to that question. How does a musical road actually work? How can it be set up that you don't need to play your own music? The road plays music.
Yeah， 所以第二段的第一句话就告诉你了，也解决了我们大多数人心中的疑惑。他就马上帮你把这个问题问出来。他说 ，How does a musical road actually work？ 你说音乐之路到底它这个东西是怎么运作的呢？怎么办到的呢？你可以说 How does something work？ 好，在这边的话，他就先问出了大家心中的疑惑。
It has to do with the vibrations created when a vehicle's tires pass over grooves that are cut into the surface of the road. We start this, it has to do with. That means you're going to explain something to someone. The vibrations, that is the movement of anything, of land, of air, of sound, of water. These are all vibration. The whole universe is vibrating. Created when a vehicle's tires. A vehicle is something with wheels. So we've got cars and trucks and motorcycles and bicycles. Those are all vehicles. When the tires, they all have tires, pass over grooves. A groove is when you dig into a surface a very, very fine line. Unfortunately, you guys don't know what a record is for a record player, but we used to have round pieces of plastic with many, many grooves. And when the needle came down, it would vibrate and produce sound.
Yeah， 没错，老师在提到就是唱片、唱盘，以前的那种黑胶唱片有没有？它上面有很多很多的这个 grooves， 就是我们说的沟槽。一旦把唱针放上去之后，它就会经过这些沟槽就会产生震动，然后形成我们现在所听到的音乐。其实事实上，老师现在那个黑胶唱片，大家越来越多人 又开始回去听了。
Yeah.
所以现在慢慢很多人对于 vinyl records 是有概念的。好，在这边的话也用了类似这样的一个科技的概念。我们来看这句话说 It has to do with the vibrations created when a vehicle's tires pass over grooves. 好，我们先到这边。他说这跟什么有关呢？ The vibrations created 就是被创造出来的震动有关。什么时候被创造出来的 ？When a vehicle's tires 好，当今天有一个这个车辆，它的这个车轮呢，好，经过 pass over grooves， 经过这些沟槽 that are cut into the surface of the road， 经过这些路面的沟槽所发出的震动声所造成的这样的音乐的效果。
Anthony just mentioned a word. Now, you all know plastic, or you should, but there's a kind of plastic called vinyl. V-I-N-Y-L. V-I-N-Y-L. It's a very hard and sturdy kind of plastic, and that was the kind of plastic they used to make the old records. All right, let's continue. The closer together the grooves are, the higher the pitch. So we have, I'm making it much bigger here, but on the road, these grooves are cut into the road. When they are cut closely together, it will produce a higher sound. We use the word pitch here. And if the grooves are farther apart, that will lower the pitch or the sound. So you can make notes very, very exact according to the distance between the grooves. So a song may have 12, 15 different notes, and even the flat and the sharp can be made into the grooves of a road. I don't know how they do this, but it's so interesting.
Yeah, 没错，所以它透过这种沟槽呢，它能够创造它这个之间的这种间距，然后经过的时候，它的那个间距的那个大小会决定它的音高。所以这句话讲说 ，the closer together the grooves are， 这些沟槽它本身靠得越近的话 ，the higher the pitch， 它的音调呢就会越高。老师刚刚甚至提到说，那种升调、降调都有机会，好，可以用在这个沟槽里面。他说他不确定怎么运作，但是他这个是很神奇的一件事情。
On the other hand, contrary-wise, the sort of the opposite, grooves that are farther apart will create lower notes. As I said, the closer they are, the higher the pitch. The farther they are, contrary, opposite, then the lower the sound.
没错。所以他今天如果说这些沟槽之间间隔距离越开的话呢，他们的声音这样开过去的时候，声音呢就会变得比较低一点点。所以他这边讲到说 ，on the other hand， 另一方面呢，就是做一个比较咯 ，grooves that are farther apart， 隔得越开 will create lower notes。好，这创造出来的声音呢，音调就会比较低一点。
The first musical road was created in Gilling, Denmark in 1995. Well, I never heard of that until of these kinds of roads until I saw this article in your magazine. Gilling is just a town. I never heard of it, but Denmark is in northern Europe, and it's a very developed country, pretty rich, actually. 1995, that's what, 28 years ago? How come I haven't heard of it?
没错，好，这句话讲说 the first musical road， 好，第一个这种音乐之路呢，是什么时候出现的呢 ？Was created in Gilling, Denmark。好 ，Denmark Gilling 这个地方，它呢在1995年的时候，先创造出了这个音乐之路，等于是这些车辆开过去的时候呢，它就可以听到音乐。
The tune played was a simple group of notes in the key of F major. So it wasn't a complete sound, it wasn't a complete tune or sound with singing voices and such. It was just a group of notes, a few notes together in the key of F major. Music Man will explain that to you.
OK， 其实我也没有很了解啊。他讲到的是说 ，the tune 它开过去时候所发出的这种音调呢 ，was a simple group of notes， 它只是一连串很简单的音符。In the key of F major，F major 就是 F 大调 ，F 大调这个群组它所产生的这种音符，好，它主要它开过去，它不是一首歌曲，它可能有点像是试验性质的这种感觉。先看看这个音乐之路这样开过去， 好，如果说大家喜欢的话，我们再弄歌曲嘛，大概是这样的感觉吧，我猜。
Okay, we'll find out a lot more about these grooved roads right after the break. Oh, welcome back, and let's finish up the last paragraph for today's Day 1 lesson. To produce the desired effect. Now, why would anybody want to do that? Well, now we're going to find out the purpose or the reason for developing this kind of technology. That would be the desired, what the system you want or the result that you want. Drivers must pass over the grooves at a certain speed. So that's the key to producing the sound that you want to hear.
Yeah, 所以这边的话，我们这一段的第一句话，他讲说 to produce the desired effect。这个 desired 好很好用哦，这是一个像形容词一样的东西。我们想要的，为了要创造出我们想要的效果呢 ，drivers must pass over the grooves at a certain speed。他呢，这些驾驶人必须要在一定的速度上面开过去。你如果开太快或开太慢，那个声音会变，会跑掉。他就告诉你说，今天驾驶人如果要听出正常版的音乐的话。You have a job to do.
This situation, or now it's going to be a comparison between A and B, the grooves on a record and the grooves on a road. This is similar to the concept of vinyl records. We had the word vinyl for you already, which have to spin or turn 45 or 33 times per minute. In fact, even before me, there were 78, not only 45 and 33.
所以在这边的话呢，他是说这个概念呢，差不多就很像是黑胶唱片的这个原理一样。好 ，the concept of vinyl records。好，我们刚刚提到 vinyl record 就是黑胶，它是那种更坚实的这种塑胶，然后你可以在上面做这些刻痕等等。Which have to spin 45 or 33 times per minute。他们其实在播那个黑胶唱片的时候，他们有分33转跟45转，它都是指每分钟它转多少圈。然后老师说呢，甚至在更之前 ，before me， 他老师很早之前很早之前，还有78转的这样的设计。好，它这个概念是跟黑胶唱片非常接近的。
Okay, signs, this means road signs, signs by the side of the road, often tell drivers the desired speed. Remember, it said if you go a certain speed, you get the desired effect. Well, they tell you, roads are not always the same speed, right? And motorists must also make sure they hit the grooves head on. So they have to go over the grooves exactly or pretty close in order for the sound to be produced.
所以最后呢，他就告诉你说 ，signs 指的这些路标啊 ，often tell drivers the desired speed， 都会告诉这些驾驶人说，哦，我们要听到好音乐的话，你必须开在这个速度上面，就可以听到最棒的、最完美、最理想的那个状态，对不对 ？And motorists， 好，这些驾驶人 must also make sure they hit the grooves。Head on， 他们在开车的时候也要正面的去碾过开过这些沟槽，才能听到真正的音乐哦。
Okay, that's it for today's lesson. That's day 1, part 1. Tomorrow we continue and give you more interesting information about, to me, this unbelievable technology. But after a short break, we have a vocabulary review for you. Okay, welcome back, and now let's review our 8 vocabulary items of the day. Number 1, stretch. As a verb, I wake up in the morning and I stretch. I make my body long. So a stretch of land, a stretch of road is a length of road.
所以这边的话呢，你就知道说 stretch 这个字本来就是延伸，早上起来伸个懒腰那种感觉。所以说 a stretch of road。就是指说那种好像路不断延伸的那种感觉。
Number 2, tune refers to a song or a piece of music. It's a sound which is very pleasant.
OK， 所以 tune 就是指曲调的意思。通常来讲听起来是很悦耳的，通常是一段小小的音乐，这样的感觉可以叫做 tune。
Number 3, have to do with is to be concerned with or to be caused by, ideas like that.
Yeah, have to do with 是与什么有关，可能是有因果的关系啦，好，或者是说跟这个东西有相关联，我们都可以用 have to do with。常常会讲到 have a lot to do with。have nothing to do with, have a little to do with 这样的用法搭配在其间。
Number 4, vehicle. Usually the sound is not emphasized. Vehicle 也可以。Think car, taxi, bicycle, things with wheels that we use for transportation.
所以说 vehicle 的话就是指交通工具，多半是那种有轮子的，像是车子啦、脚踏车啦，都可以算是 vehicle。The
next word is pitch as a noun. In terms of music, this is it a high sound or a low sound?
就是音调高低的意思。
Number 6, on the other hand, 子句. So we say some interesting information first, but we're going to look at it from a different point of view after on the other hand.
没错，所以 on the other hand 的话，常常会讲另外一方面，往往会做一个对比，或甚至是前面一个东西的相反都有可能。
Number 7, desired is what we want. It's the effect or result that we want.
这是一个很棒的形容词，指的是我们想要达到的，我们预期希望做到的这样的感觉。
And our last word for today is spin. Simply means to turn, usually quickly.
所以用 spin 这个字的话，就是转的意思。甚至有时候在那个派对，我们会玩一个游戏叫做 spin the bottle， 好，就是去转，看转到谁的话，可能谁就做什么事情。这样。
Okay, that's it for day 1. Please join us again tomorrow as we finish talking about this, to me, unbelievable technology. It's so interesting. Until tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.